Well, welcome to another episode, Let the Truth Be Told. My name is Seon Williams, and I thank the Lord for being in the studio once again. Man, thank you that always tune into our program every Sunday night, and all the people that come up to throughout the weekend that come up to me and say, Sean, man, I watch your program every Sunday night. I sure appreciate it. So thank you very much. I brought some guys in with me because I didn't want to be alone today, so I said, man, look, let me grab my guys for my Sunday morning program, right? And so our Sunday morning program is Unity for the Community, and so we do that on WEFT on Sunday mornings, and it's pretty early, from 8 to 9, pretty early. And so you got to get up early to catch us on Sunday mornings. We're along with Deacon Harris, Sister Claire Bright, Pastor Davida Bernard, along with Mother Hattie Pope. But I brought some guys in. Hey, guys, on my left, I got Teddy Cain. On my right, I got Dwayne Hubbard. And so we all share some spaces up here. We're going to get into the dialogue of what we do and some of the things that we do up here. But Teddy, tell us a little bit about yourself, man, who you are, man, where you from, man.
Hey, how everybody doing? I know a lot of people know me, some don't. My name is Teddy Cain, artist from Champaign, Illinois, hometown. You always see me around, hitting every now and then. But, just been taking some time, I'm loving what my brother Sean has been doing forever. Sean been on this since I've known him, man, as a young guy. Yeah, but, my big brother, but, I just want to, do my best to be a part of it. He been giving back to us for so long, so, man, it's my time to give back too, so.
Well, that's good, man, because I would definitely want to bring you in, give you some insight, get your insight on some of the things you've been in. I've been talking about the industry a lot, things like that. You can give me some insight on the industry, the ins and outs of that. But man, I love you. I love your voice, man. I always love your voice. And this was your manager back in the day. Your big guy that was the manager.
Peanuts.
The manager.
Peanuts.
This the manager.
Peanuts.
And so when y'all had y'all group going on, and all of those type of things. And so I remember all of that.
That's a scam.
Yeah. And so even back in the day when that was going on, right? Mm-hmm. And so, man, you ain't got no tune. I mean, just a quick, let me hear something, dirty clothes, or let me hear just.
Hold on, real quick. You gotta sign this contract.
Let me hear, give me something, man. Let the viewing audience hear that you can sing, man.
Look, hey, you know what? I've been in retirement since COVID. Let me see. Man, how about we get back? Hold on.
No, we ain't ready. That's where we at.
Oh, okay. How about? How about we get back to me right?
Get back to you.
And I close out the show.
Let's close out the show.
Okay. We'll do that. And Dwayne, introduce yourself to the
Dwayne Hubbard with Hub Financial Group right here in Champaign, 313 North Mattis, Suite 205, right with Sean and Teddy. That's another thing that we have on our umbrella. For any financial needs, as far as final expense, retirement, annuities, or anything of that nature, just reach out to us. We most definitely can help you with that.
And that's definitely great. I mean, we got a pretty much a good shared space up here, man, with a lot of things going on in the community, a lot of positive things going on. We hear about all the negative stuff that's going on throughout the community here locally in Champaign-Urbana. But I mean, we got a lot of positive things going on this second floor of our building, along with some other entrepreneurs that's down here on this other end. And so I always like to feel the good feeling when I come up here in the office throughout the morning, and then get my day started. And so, so I always tell people, man, don't bring no bad spirits up here.
Hey, that's the rule. That's the rule. That's one of the rules.
Don't bring no bad spirits up here, man, because it's nothing but motivation, pure motivation. It's nothing but love and happiness here. And so I thank the Lord for you guys being up here with us, man, and being able to share this space. And so let's get into it a little bit, man. I always used to try to come up with a name for the program, but I just got it's so much going on that I guess this is going to be the unnamed show, and we ain't going to come up with a name for it. It's just going to be the show, so it being the show, and it being Let the Truth Be Told, so we just gonna give it the unnamed show. We're going to do it the unnamed show. And so what we're going to do is we'll just continue to just try to come up. And so we got a lot of gun violence going on in our community. A lot of gun violence we've been having to deal with. A lot of gun violence. And so seeming that we didn't have to deal with a lot of this gun violence. You know, Teddy, what's your thoughts on some of this gun violence that's going on in the community?
Man, you know, we talk about it a lot. Man, it's just, to me, it's just unbelievable. Not, you know, we see what the direction the world has been going, but just being my hometown, man, you know, knowing so many people here, you grow up, it's like, it's a, you know, it's not a huge city or nothing. It's like, it's not the city I remember growing up, you know, to where you always had, you know, problems here and there, but to go as far as actually killing someone, or, you know, that didn't happen much, you know, too often, you know.
Right.
It's just, I mean, man, it's real different, you know. It's heartbreaking, you know, and I know we all just trying to figure out what can we do to get a grasp on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
You know, that's a hard question, you know. I don't know how we gonna help, you know, but we, you know, we here to do what we can.
Right.
You know, so and try to figure it out together. We sit here, you know, we sit almost every other day, man, and discuss it. This ain't just for the camera, you know.
Yeah.
This is something that goes on every day in our lives, you know.
Right.
Me and this brother, these two brothers, we sit together all the time, you know, just.
And I mean, we was just talking about it here just recently. You know, I mean, the difference between when we were growing up, King School in that area, and the interaction between the community and that love that was in the community to what's going on right now today. You know, and so we discussed that, we talked about that, and so. But I mean, we don't see the same reciprocal love that's going on, that was going on back in the day. We don't see that going on nowadays, and so and it saddens us, right? Yeah. I mean, because that meaning that our children don't have the freedoms that we had, right? To move around, play outside. I mean, you can stay out all day long, and you really didn't have to check in with nobody until you knew you can come in when the lights show on. Lights come on. Street lights come on.
Yep,
you know what time it was. You know it's time to head on to the house. Hey, look, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. You know, and that type of thing. But nowadays it's a lot different. I mean, the amount of rounds being found at all of these crime scenes, right? You know, I mean, 40, 50, 60 rounds. A lady's house was hit the other day. Close friend, I know your family, close friend is some of your family members. And I mean, a lady that we know, you know, that pretty much ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And she had 25, 30 rounds shot into her house, maybe a mistaken identity, you know. And so, I mean, I always grew up where folks said guns don't got no eyes, you know. And so now it scares people. And even coming out and interacting with other people. You know, a post went out and it went viral throughout our community because of gun violence, saying, look, be careful where you go this weekend, watch the car that's to the next to you, look out for a white vehicle, all of these different things, which maybe lost the city a lot of money because a lot of folks didn't want to go out. You know, I mean, we don't want to go downtown. We don't want to go nowhere. You know, it's best to be in the house. You know, and it even viewed on the news. You know, our local news. You know, the local news didn't really go into the text message, but it went to an alert. You know, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? And so it just saddens us how these folks have no respect. You know.
And you know what? The funny thing you say about respect is, you know, we have conversations with young guys all the time, on Saturdays. You know, me and Dwayne. And one of the young guys, you know, because we just try to get a grasp on what's going on, like how do they feel? And respect is one of the things. They feel disrespected sometimes. But see, you know, they have to learn. Like back in the day, man, respect was something that was earned.
Right.
You know, I think the culture has changed a lot. Everybody feels like they're supposed to.
Don't worry about
it. Even if you look at the NBA, man, you know, it's like everybody feels like you're supposed to be a champ overnight. I'm gonna just go get with this team, and now I'm supposed to be one of the greatest of all time because I'm over here winning the championship. You know, respect is earned. I mean, so you get disrespected, you feel disrespected, and then you go and carry out an action that disrespects people who don't even have nothing to do with it. Like, for instance, my mom's street, you know. Man, I mean, I've been knowing all these older people on this block, man, for years. They've been there 20, 30, 40 years, man. And I mean, just working families, man. And I mean, they have to worry about their property being shot up, being injured, their grandkids. man, these people working. You out here shooting up people's cars and stuff we work hard for. Ain't nobody over there rich, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, y'all destroying things.
They ain't got nothing to do with no
I mean, you know, and then you stand, you know, a lot of them, you know, stand with, it just, I don't know, man, you know, they stand with their parents and putting, you know, they family in danger, you know.
Right.
It's just a lot, man. But man, you know, respect, man, is something, you know, you don't get respect by going out there tearing up stuff, or you know,
or shooting up somebody's house.
You know, it's supposed to be earned a different way, you know, and we just got to get back to that. I think, you know, y'all talk about a lot of us, of the community, being accountable for the community. We do have to do that, you know, and we got to figure out where to start, because the respect isn't there for us. Well, for some of us, I mean, I see we all get, you know, respect from here and there, you know, but how do we go back and touch these young brothers and teach that? And you know, and I hear a lot of brothers, you know, I'm glad for y'all, because we're glad of what y'all doing, because I hear a lot of brothers our age and who know and understand. They like, man, these young boys just tearing up. They talk a lot about it, but what are you doing?
Right.
We could say how bad and how terrible they are every day, but are you even doing anything?
Right.
To try to make a change?
Right. When you go around them, do you just sit back and say, man,
agree with
y'all, you know,
agree with what the crap they doing.
You say, man, y'all be tripping, man, and then pass the blunt to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With no other guidance along with it, man, y'all be tripping, man, and just kind of peel off from them. Or do you get them some real sound advice about, you know, conflict resolution? But you know, you can only teach what you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you don't know no better, and the person that raised you don't know no better, then it's just a whole bunch of chaos, you know. And a lot of people been raised around chaos, and they didn't learn how to function in chaos. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't learn how to function in dysfunction. And dysfunction look normal to them. You know, and they go over to a house where it's a lot of structure, and they be like, man, y'all can't do that. Y'all can't. Oh man, I'm bored. You know, y'all don't have no fun over here.
I ain't coming over here no more.
Yeah, you can't jump all over the couches in here. You can't just come in here when you want to, and you just can't keep on let this refrigerator open in and keep on opening and closing. You know, no, we don't mess with them. You don't mess with that stuff that's over there. You know, that's for show. You know what I'm saying? That's the good stuff. You know, and so. So just a lot of people just don't know. You know, Dwayne, you know, what's your take on some of this gun violence going on, man?
Man, you know, Sean, we've talked about it a lot. We've been talking about it for at least the last 19, 20 months. And it's getting to the point now, man, where, you know, all I can do is just pray for the family, you know, pray for the victim, and you know, and the most craziest thing is pray for you. Because you gotta go. If I could just keep it real, you gotta go over there and scrape them off that cold flat slab, you know. And I don't understand. You know, when you go to, what are you thinking when you want to go revenge something? You know, what do you think the outcome is going to be? You know, it's not going to be a good outcome. You know, I want to revenge my friend's death, or I want to revenge my friend because he got shot. What do you think is going to happen to me?
Right.
So they don't even think, man. You know, they don't even think that something's going to happen to them. So it's like now, man, I try not to get too consumed in it, because I still got to live, you know. I still have to, function, and because at one point, man, I got so tied up into, you know, community activism and trying to figure out how I can do it, where I forgot about my home. You know, I forgot about my day-to-day operations. You know, I just forgot about a lot of things. I was missing a beat. You know, my schedule was all in a shamble. So now, man, I mean, all I could do now is just pray, you know, and what I believe in, and just hope that, you know, things will change.
Man. You know, and I resonate with that, man. I had big shouts out to my mom, Miss Rolene Brumfield, turned 85 years old.
Happy birthday!
Last week, and so we had a big party for her here Saturday, and then so at the end of the party, lady was coming up out of there, and she was talking about the young folks with all the gun violence and stuff. And she was like, you know, in this one spot, you know, where something happened at, she called it the murder place and blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling her, you know, well, Mom, I'm gonna tell you this. One thing, I'm biblical, and I told her I've been in church all my life, so nothing new's under the sun. They was shooting in your day too, and y'all still went to the club. You know, and matter of fact, some of y'all was at the club. You know, when it happened. So don't make it seem like that this ain't something that ain't been happening. You know, it's just a lot of this stuff been unaddressed stuff that we have not addressed. Okay, and now these are the kids or the grandkids to these folks, right? And so I was telling her, I was telling her, I was addressing that to her, and I was telling her that she was saying that we need to go get with I need to go get with these young folks and put it all on me, like it's my responsibility to get with these young folks. You know what I'm saying? Like they had no responsibility. You know, you got no accountability. But I'm telling her, you know, I mean, some of these guys out here in these streets is your nieces, your nephews. You know, these some of your cousins, some of your sister's kids. You know, I mean. So, and then I was telling some of my folks that had moved out of town. Yeah, you moved out of town, but you left something. Yeah, you left your people. Yeah, you went off to a better life. You got a better life started. You know, but you don't never bring your people to your better life.
That's right.
To get them exposure to what a better life looked like. So if nobody's never been and saw what a better life looked like, dysfunction is all they know.
Absolutely.
You know, and so that's why me and Hub used to always say, getting folks up out of here and seeing something a little different. You know, and so and I blame a lot of stuff on just being impoverished with an impoverished mindset.
Yeah.
Because just being impoverished with an impoverished mindset. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's systematic racism, it's this, it's that, you know, the schools, and, you know, it maybe is a lot of things that's in place, you know, that we're not up to par on, right? But it's still an accountability piece at everybody's home to bring your young person up to par.
Right.
You know, and so now we need to find out an extended program toward the school district, or extended program toward, you know, some after school event that's gonna give your young person some information that's gonna make them better. You know, and that's what the other races do. Yeah. You know, and so I just think I think we do too much oh me, oh my. You know, and we got this big old TV back here behind us, you know. I mean, for me, this is for me. I never liked being broke. That's probably the worst feeling in the world. And I swear to God, and I keep it 100 with you. Views and opinions of Sean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never forget this day, and I had a lot of stuff going on. And I paid all my bills. And I paid all my bills, and I was doing insurance, and I was on TV with y'all, you know, doing all what I'm doing, right? And it was 7/7/17. I never forget the date. It was 7/7/17. I got down to $20. Got down to about $20, you know, literally just kind of money in my pocket at the time. And I really couldn't even go to Decatur to do no insurance. I had to go back to grassroots. I had, you know. Because I got to go hunt. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no 9 to 5, and nobody I can say, well, man, I'm going to work for so and so. I got to go do what I do. Right. You know, and so I got to get in the streets, and I had to sell insurance. I had to go to Garden Hills and Dobbins Downs and through the hood and knock on doors. Just do, you know, and go back to door knocking. Man. Just to make it happen and stuff. And good enough that the life insurance business is a business that can, where you start getting deposits daily to get me back on my grind, but I had relaxed, you know, because we're getting relaxed mode, you know what I'm saying? I had relaxed. You know, I'm thinking, oh, it's good, money gonna come in, but when you work for yourself, you know, you eat what you kill. You
don't have time to relax.
You know what I'm saying? You really don't have time to relax. And so and that's the one thing about entrepreneurship. You know, you gotta be motivated to be in this here. You know, it ain't no laying back. No. You know, you gotta motivate yourself. You know, a lot of people would have went into a mode, and I was just telling them 7/7/17, man, was life changing. It was a life changing moment because I was broke. Man. You know, and so I had to.
You got to put that date on
Man,
on
come on,
t-shirt.
man. It was man 7/7/17. I never forget that
Yeah.
date. I prayed to God. I said, God, please don't
Give
let
me
me get
about
back
the
in this
situation.
situation.
Man.
And so that's why when folks say, well, man, you're doing too much. No, it's never too much. Because it's up to you to make your situation better.
Yeah.
Now, did it come to my head to go rob the neighbor down the street, or go knock over a store or do something illegal? No, I got to get on the ground and make it work.
Yeah.
I got to get on the grind and make it work. God then already gave me different avenues and opportunities where I can be able to make some moves. Then I got to make them moves, make other moves. And that's just the way I see it. So I don't got time for pity parties.
No. You know what? And you're absolutely right, brother. I think that we have a big problem. Like when you said system, we want to blame different systems, but the way we live in is systematic. Like we systematically going down. And I feel like it's an accountability issue a lot. Like, every human being has something inside of them that makes them feel better, in a situation. Like if it's just a survival tactic in your mind. Like if something going wrong, you have a little positive spark. And sometimes we allow that to not let us see where we're actually at. Like you done seen it your whole life, man. You'll see a lot, man, somebody who actually doing bad right now, whatever, but they be in the club acting like they
got it all. Ain't no word. Ain't got no word.
We got to learn to see where we at. Like every Saturday, like we got to learn from the old folks. You know what I'm saying? Every third Saturday, my mom's church, St. Lucie and me, they throw a food pantry. Good food. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of us. Like I grew up watching my mom and my grandmother and them. I ain't saying we always poor folk. But we had things, but they wasn't ashamed to go get some food.
Right,
because that might help you be able to save a little bit more to get you to the next, you know what I'm saying? But I see that, man, they had this food pantry drive and ain't nobody showing up. Like, man, go down and get some help. Even when you think you don't need help, you really do right now.
Right.
And that's because we need to figure out our priorities and be trying to go a step further. We got to get this cushion under us. It's like when we get comfortable, we get a check, we feel like, and we got a mentality to spend it until we need to go back hard again.
Right.
And we got to get that, man. You got to always go hard.
Right.
Right.
You got to get past that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's, we talk about this every Sunday, and you probably, this is your third time, and you're going to continue hearing it. Is what's your why? But before I get into that why part, to elaborate on what Sean was talking about when I stepped out, but what's your priority, right? So today, which is the 24th of August, the president put some more money in people's bank account today. So ain't nobody thinking about no food pantry. They thinking about going over there to the taco truck, or
oh no, we eat now.
Or the initial company of the liquor store.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we didn't taco
the
truck,
dude.
man.
So
Red
everybody.
lobsters.
You know what I'm saying? So man, look at here. We gonna do what we gotta do, but I'm not too proud to go over there to the church and get some some food or something to put into my cupboard. I mean I'm from the South. I remember a block of cheese about that long, man. With best grilled cheese sandwich ever, man.
Yeah.
But Dwayne, that's just, it's been embedded within our culture for so many years, to front until you make it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I was going with him, because I know you say that we should, and I can only talk about me, right? We should pay attention to the older folks. I look at it sometimes, man, as I pay attention and I want to do the opposite of what the older folks is doing. Because my mom, and we not even related, my mom and my grandmama say, go to school, get good grades, go out in this world and get a good
job.
And we not even related, man. So we
no,
always talk that, right?
That's
so
like
now
101.
So now, man, I did that, right? I went to school. I went to school, got good grades, came down to Champaign, went to this lovely
got
university.
all right job.
I got an all right job, right? But here's what happened, right? Sean didn't have a job. Sean was a barber. All right, if I went to lunch with Sean and Miel and all them guys, and I only got an hour, I got a problem with that. My boss, somebody told me to be back in an hour, and Sean them telling me holler at you, right? So I had to figure out a job just wasn't for me.
Right.
I can't speak to nobody else, right? But a job just wasn't for me. All right. So then when I start having kids, and I'm like, okay, well, this little thing what I got going on is just enough for me. But then when I had to start producing kids, it's like, man, she needs some shoes, he needs some Pampers. So now I started developing a why. Then I started listening to some. I changed my circle because I became the smartest person in my circle. So that would mean I had to go. So then as I got older and older and older, 25 years later of entrepreneurship, man, I wake up every morning, not for me, for my why, my kids. You know, I never want my kids to have to suffer from a decision that I made. So I just keep going hard. You know, it's to the point now where I call Teddy and be like, yo, you out the bed yet? Well, just my pinky toe.
Yeah.
You know, just to make sure that I hold him to his why.
Right.
You know, and then Sean called me to make sure he holding me to my why.
Right.
Do I need to go get you some water? You gotta find your why. Entrepreneurship, listen guys, is not for everybody. Because if it was easy, everybody be doing it.
Right.
If stock was easy, everybody be doing it.
Right.
You understand? So you gotta find your niche. I do believe that entrepreneurship is for everybody.
Right.
Right? But it's not easy. 7/7/17, boy, you only want to talk about 9/13/2007.
Yeah.
Listen, man, when you become an entrepreneur and you able to drop these dates, you understand what we talking about. Because it's not easy, man. It's been a lot of times, man, where you'll lose everything, man. But if you waddle and try to swim in it, you're gonna drown. The best thing to do is get them tears out, suck it up, wipe your face.
Try again.
Try again.
Try again.
Try again, man.
Try again.
So,
you know,
yeah.
and so when we go back to just culture and the roots of where this stuff come from, you know, because you know I see there's a lot of people going out and that's trying to put the fire out, right? Once the fire then got exposed, and it's like that's what's going on in California. And I think what I heard is 100,000 acres and then burnt up or something like that. And it's been going for months, you know what I'm saying? So they steady putting wildfires out. Well, y'all didn't let it get that spread it that bad, you know what I'm saying, without trying to contain it. So now everybody running around trying to put this gun violence fire out now. You know, there's money going here, there's money going there, there's money going there, and it's just like not responding to COVID. You know, you don't want to go get the vaccine. Okay, so now you're sick. Now 40% of your people down in Louisiana sick. Now all your emergency room beds is up, and you ain't got no more ICU beds, you know. And so that's happening around. So now you're reactive.
Yeah.
I want to find out about the root of the problem.
Yeah.
The root of the problem, I mean, most families, most of these families, young families, ain't no male in no household. So there's no father nowhere around. So, you know, the stuff that and even for us, some of us, we didn't have fathers in the household, you know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the beginning statements, the respect level, right?
Yeah.
The respect for young folks. Most of these young guys are emotional creatures. They emotional creatures because they was raised by their mama and their grandmama.
Yeah.
And they emotional creatures. So now you done downloaded the DNA of your mama and your grandmama.
Right.
You ain't download the DNA of your grandfather and your father because they wasn't nowhere around.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're mad at every man because when you see a man, you see your father or your grandfather that's been missing all these years. You know, so you can't really respect them, and that's what we talked about in the group session.
Yeah.
Because you can't really respect the male because you've never been around the male.
Right.
And you can't really trust their word because anytime you ever talk to your father, your grandfather, the word was always no good. Oh, I'm going to come see you. You never come see me. Oh, I'm going to get you that. You never come bring that. You know, oh, I'm going to do, and that never happens. And so that's something that we have to address within our African American community, but it's been some systems in place that have substituted the place of the father when it comes down to income. So now that makes the woman make a decision to say, you know what, we can do bad all by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we don't need you. We get money. You know, whatever president's in there, whether if it's Biden, whether if it was Trump, whether if it was Bush, whether if it was Reagan, whether if it was Carter, it makes no difference because they all got their name at the bottom of the check that's coming into the household. Matter of fact, we getting housing too.
Right. Yeah.
So we don't even need you to put no roof over this head. We can do bad all by ourselves. Me and these kids. But really, I always felt like this. I felt like a check should be written because y'all staying in the household.
Yeah.
And you're working together and you're building credit and you working, you know, long hours. So that check should be written so that we can keep that family together. That housing should come to keep that family together. So we can get some structure. Because without structure, it's going to be destruction.
Right. Right.
And so that's what we see in the nuclear fallouts because nobody ever wanted to address the root.
That's man. You know what? You're absolutely right. Man, I'm. You know what? Like, I'm so drawn to what you all have been doing, what you already have put in place, because you know the people we're trying to speak to, I am them people. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and you know, because you gotta look at it like this. A young fool, what are you gonna turn into?
An old fool.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't got no other choice.
And I know nobody heard no music from me in a little while. It's because, man, I to be honest with you, the whole culture, man, the whole music industry, everything, it kind of turned me off. You know what I'm saying? The social media, it's like you chasing, like it's so unreal to me. Like, you know, you faking it until you make it. But the thing you don't know is it's only 1% of 0.0% of the people who actually gonna make it.
Yeah.
So we got all this community and all these people, man, chasing a fake it, and most of us are gonna fall off the cliff.
And you know what, Teddy? I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, in some cases, right, when we talked about this earlier, when the cameras are on, right, when the cameras on, they doing their thing.
Yeah.
But then when the camera go off, you got the clothes people over here who loan the clothes, so you come taking their clothes. You got the rental car people over here, they take the rental cars. You got the cameraman packing up his stuff.
Diamonds.
Everything you got on, you got people standing around you, waiting on you to get done, to hand it back to them because you rented it.
You better put that back in the armored truck.
You better put it back. So, and we could say that for another segment because you're absolutely right, man. You know, a lot of people around here, and I can only speak about this community. You know, they have to put on this different face. I don't know why, man.
You know, I seen a meme on Facebook that said these entertainers and these athletes are sending their kids to private school.
Yes, sir.
While our kids are going to graveyard and prison.
In jail.
You know,
Yeah.
and so, and I mean, it was just a real statement.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they thinking that this is this fictitious reality life that's being portrayed on television is real life, and it's not real life. It's a fictitious lifestyle, and it's a short-lived lifestyle. Even if you make it through that sliver of a window to make it, because you know after you're a certain age, then you're washed up. We can't really use you no more. You know, it's very few even actors that you see that's still on the big screen. You know, I mean, there's so many different ways to put out movies and different things now. It's such a slim window, and they identify and select who they want to promote to that next level. So our folks we need to be challenging our folks to so many of these other opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities that a lot of folks have started to grab a hold to. You know, and a lot of these careers that's out here. You know, I remember looking at jobs through a government website years ago, and I seen where it was an elevator inspector and what an elevator inspector made, and it was pretty good. And I remember the qualifications, and I think it was like a 6-week course to get your certificate to be an elevator inspector. And I'm like, I never knew nothing like that. But we so I guess it's forced by our parents and grandparents that you go get a job, you go get an application.
Yeah.
You know, you go get that application, you go work for the same people that I used to work for. And, you know, they pay good now. You know, but I mean, you never get to see your kids. You know, you never get a vacation. And I've told folks before, you know, you check 3 generations back, you know, them people doing the same thing that you doing. You know, and so what we always teach in our groups and our classes is trying to get your time freedom back.
Yeah.
You know, how do we get our time freedom back? How do we make that happen so that we can have opportunity to be out here and then fight for gun violence?
Yeah.
Most of us can't make some of these meetings, man, because man, we trying to keep up with our own life.
We just don't have time.
You try to keep up with our own life, man. They had time to be marching and all this here, and Ray better not be a part of that. But same time, we had 2 shootings last night. Over 170 some shootings that happened this year. We had school 10 kids with 10 different fights that jumped off yesterday at Centennial.
And one fight today.
Fight today at school. In Springfield, they had a stabbing at the school, the first day of school up in Springfield. So it's a lot going on, and this tension, I do believe, is coming from music, and it's coming through video games and all this other stuff that ain't conducive to productiveness of children. You know, and so I do believe all of that just is part of the recipe. But in trying to solve this, you know, when I look at our current organizations and stuff like that, and I know I've been beating a dead horse for a long time. You know, you talked about y'all church being active doing something, and I know a few other churches that do, Apostle Smith and them, they do the food pantry drive, you know, and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, it's not a lot of folks that's doing that. I had an opportunity, I had an opportunity to do a funeral at a local church here, the Vineyard. Big shouts out to the Vineyard, you know. And so as we was getting the service together, and family started arriving for the service, and as they was arriving, they was doing their visitation and stuff like that. Some of my workers had went around and, you know, talking to some of the staff that's from the church, and so I walked outside and I said, man, I smell some barbecue. He said, man, we sure can smell barbecue, can't we, man? I said, I smell some barbecue. He said, man, they got lunch going on today at the church. They got lunch, $5, and they had a salad bar. They got barbecue. They had hamburgers, and they had Polishes, or hot dogs, or Polishes or something. And then they had fruits and vegetables, some fruits, and then they had with a drink and all that, and it came with for $5. And then they had a space there with free Wi-Fi, so it was a safe space. We don't utilize our spaces like that for in our organizations, our churches. You know what I'm saying? But where I can come off the streets. If I feel like that I'm in danger, I can go to a safe space. And I guess, you know, because it's a cultural difference, we feel like that ain't the safe space for me, but that is a safe space. And it's a beautiful safe space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we want to do that, you know, at the so-and-so, apostolic so-and-so, or the so-and-so. But we ain't got no space like that because our door is locked during the day.
Once service over with, it's locked.
Yeah, we ain't, you know, after the, you know, you ain't gonna come up in here lamping. You know, and ain't nobody gonna be, you ain't gonna be here lamping, you know, and so, you know, I mean, and that's just, we got
lamping?
But lamping, you just, bro, you're loitering. That's ghetto loitering. You know, and you know, you gonna mess around, you gonna have a whole bunch of your other boys over here. No, we're not doing that. But they don't feel like that. They feel like, man, come in here, you know, man, the presence of God is in here. You know, we're all community folk, we're all Christian folk, and you could come in here, and it felt inviting. I wasn't intimidated about getting in line, and you know why the service is going on. I said, well, look, I might as well go and get before the repast. I don't need the repast. Let me go ahead and get this $5 plate.
Let me go ahead and get that plate
You
right
know,
there.
and then I can go ahead and keep on moving.
Yeah.
And so me and some of my staff, man, when we went on there, man, we was full off salad and we was full off burgers, you know, with all the fixings.
So the question I have, you know, to both y'all, because I go to the Vineyard.
Yeah.
I go to the Vineyard. So what are your church's hours of operation?
I mean, you know, You probably have to call. I'm just keeping
I gotta
100.
go.
I'm just keeping 100. Probably call. I mean, we got the Delta variant going on. That's gonna be one of the excuses right off the bat.
Not while I'm not open.
You know, while we got the Delta variant going on and do.
Oh, Lord.
You gonna get something on a message.
You gotta text somebody that's in charge over there.
But it was like,
and
but it
it's
was like,
sad,
but it
though.
was,
You
but
know,
it was,
we laughing, but
yeah,
it's,
but it was
it's
like
sad.
that before
You
COVID.
know?
Let's keep it 100. It was like that before COVID, you know, and so we got the big disconnect right there. You know, that has hurt us. That has hurt us for many years, and I go all the way back to the civil rights era, way before the civil rights era. That's a disconnect. I always say, whatever's happening up top, gonna happen at the bottom.
That's right.
You know, and my folks in the military said, stuff happened up top and roll downhill. You know, and that's exactly, if you got confusion at the top, it's gonna be confusion at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because everybody at the bottom scraping. They trying to fight and scramble. You know, and so we at the bottom, we trying to scramble, trying to just stay alive. It's survival of the fittest at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so that's what you see a lot of, survival of the fittest. You know, and when you do have positive programs, which we give, you know, stock market class down here, we talk about LLCs, getting your business started, how you make your dreams happen. A lot of times we don't have time for that.
Yeah.
We don't make the time for that. But we got the time for what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
You know,
So you know, I was just
we're
about to-
strolling on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, what we just seen.
I'm actually trying to see what the venue got going on tomorrow.
Hey, we got time for the milk crate challenge. You know, and ain't even got life insurance. Ain't got life insurance. Ain't got no health insurance. Knowing good and well we gonna have to go to the emergency room. We done spent up all the PPP, so we ain't got no extra money to pay for that expensive visit to the ER. You know, and now it was sad to say that we would rather seen people in one of the local areas that we seen during the milk crate challenge. It was sad to say that we rather see them doing that than picking up guns.
You're absolutely right, and I do get it because I was for that, because again, I'm familiar with a lot of them guys out there, and for the first time in a long time, you know, our community is hurting right now, but for the first time, Sean, in a long time, even though I'm with you with the crate. 90% of the people out there don't have insurance, health, life, final expense, any of that stuff. Probably is not even in the play. But for a long time, man, I tuned in and I just saw our community laugh. It's crazy,
Yeah.
you know, because everybody have their own definition of the crate challenge. You know, you rather laugh and see people fall instead of pulling them up and showing. I get all that, but it's been a long time it's been a while since I was able to enjoy our community, even though it was a crate challenge. But man, I had a ball just watching them guys not only do the crate challenge, but give money back to the kids that was over 21 to have fun. But I totally get all my business folks. I get, you know, my mom and my granny, because they all felt like y'all, like, that's crazy, that's not safe. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're 340 stepping on top of a milk crate.
You're right, and you smack your face on the
that ain't
concrete.
even your weight capacity.
But I've watched.
With some keys in your pocket.
But on the flip side, man, and you're right, I was on Facebook, man, and I got over 5,000 friends and 3,000 followers. And almost everybody on my timeline was out at that country brook, just laughing, having a good time, man, even though that's by far the most dumbest thing. At one point, man, I put on Facebook, I'm on my way, man. Because they was having such a ball, man.
They were.
They were having a ball.
They were. And that's great.
And I feel y'all. You know, because I wish they would just walk those crates on up here and we could teach them something.
But the sad part about it, Dwayne, and don't you lose your chain of thought, Teddy, because I know you had something to say. The sad part about it is that they understand the powers to be understand that we just consumers, and we so gullible. So then I seen another sign on social media, milk crates for sale.
Man. They done went and cleaned out the whole grocery store.
So now you got the grocery store selling milk crates because they know that we want them.
We want them. You hear me?
Yep. And you know what,
You can go back there in the back. They was for free.
Now they was giving them away. You go to milk. You can get milk crates. You can get
now they $5 a
get
crate.
Milk crate. You can get the pallets. You can get all. But now that we want them,
and then now they cost. You know, my girl just said, I wonder what a stock for milk crate said.
It's gonna probably be
I
up.
thought I said they free, but I bet you they don't.
But no, guys, listen to me. This is true. Do you not understand that in the and I don't want to give out false information, but the Olympics are now breaking in the Olympics.
okay.
Hip hop, you know, breaking. That's now finna be part of the Olympics.
Right.
And Terrell, we had a whole conversation on how the African American can take something and just blow it up.
Right.
You know,
right.
and you know, and I know this is an adult show, you know, and we were just talking about the liquor consumption of alcohol.
Yeah.
All right, where gin, aka Bumpy Face, used to be $2.75 at the Piccadilly's when I went to school here. Now that's almost $40.
Yeah.
Hennessy, Jack Daniel was almost 75 cents. It was $1.75.
Now see, this is okay. Well, I can bring in my industry.
And the views of opinion are
because we are fighting. Our community is fighting against advertisers.
Yes.
We're fighting against advertisement.
Yes.
Like you don't. They have realized that we're like a garden that they just grow consumers, man, and they just take all the money.
And you know the sad part about it? You know the sad part about it? Is 80% of us don't know that.
I mean, you know how many billions?
Right.
Like we want to change gun violence, right? But do you know how much advertisement dollars we fighting against to do that?
Yeah.
You know you can't. If we get big enough on YouTube, sending this kind of message, they'll mess around and ban us. But you can hear about murdering somebody a billion times in a Little Dirk song. Or you gonna see a video, you know, circulating a killing every day, all day. I mean, this is billions of dollars of advertisement dollars. They know how powerful advertising
Watch
is.
this. Watch this.
Look why Super Bowl commercial costs so much.
So much.
Advertisement affects everybody, but man, they constantly advertising these messages to our kids. Our kids doing exactly what they supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Hey,
For them.
They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be
I
doing.
mean,
it is so crazy.
They gave him a blueprint. It's the
Yeah.
blueprint out there.
And I'm not gonna lie in front of Sean. He ain't even out to say this. It's so crazy that this thing right here. So we was having a conversation in the office about trucking. Sean said, "Okay, guys, I'm finna get up out of here, man." And his phone went off, and it was his Facebook notification with some invites for trucking.
Yeah, and it's
Sean said, "What the?"
Yeah, ain't never talked about trucking that.
and I mean because your phone is so. Okay, so look, it's such a
Man,
that's why I want us to get up to speed, because we're working way into the caveman times of things, when we need to get up to speed. We don't got time for a crate challenge.
No.
It's a war for your soul. And that we don't even understand as a race of people. Okay, so they're so advanced. We so behind. They so advanced in technology. And I'm not gonna say the people that know the information, because they don't care about poor people. I'm not gonna say African American people that's poor, middle class people. They don't care about that. They need money, man. They wealthy folk. And so all of us are in danger. You know what I'm saying? They got blockchain technology. That's what that is, blockchain technology, where then stuff is communicating with each other. You know? So when we say artificial intelligence, which what that is, that's artificial intelligence, you know, where that they start gathering data. You know, and in the process of gathering data, you know, that those phones start talking to each other. My phone talking to Jason, Jason's phone talking to your phone, and they all know where we at.
You ain't lying.
I'll give you a prime example. So we've been looking at a lot with trucking.
Yeah.
So they finna go with the driverless trucks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
simple truck or something.
That stock went up.
Did it go up
70%, man?
It went up 70%.
Like when you said
It went up 70%.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I share that with you,
I didn't know.
Simple truck.
I just found out today.
So what they doing? They out a Texas-based company. But they're traveling through Texas, through up north, but they're traveling back and forth, really mainly going to Florida and the Florida Panhandle.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they've been doing is that they got these cameras all around the truck, and so it's driverless. One of the researchers are on the side of it, and they had 2 reporters and stuff in the back. But it's gathering data as folks going out of Florida or out of Georgia or out of Texas, and it's plugging license plates. Beam. It's plugging everything that's around it. So now you getting data. You getting data from everything. Now this data, is never private anymore. So now we could tell anybody that's coming for tourism that just got up out of Georgia, hey, look, stop by the Quick Trip over at the so-and-so, or the stop at the truck stop so-and-so. They got this for $19.99. They got CB radios, blah, 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 blah. They got, you got all this different stuff. We got trips, and we got this, and we got hotels, and we got concerts, and, and then that other information, because it's your license plates. We know who you are. So now we can send you different stuff. We can send you promotions, all of those different things. And so they sell that data. So not only am I making money when I deliver my freight, I just sold data the whole trip. Now I just sold it to second and third party entities. You see what I'm saying? And we just because it's just too much writing. So we not reading. We just signing stuff. And we just signed up all kind of stuff, and they gave all our rights away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we missing so much of the boat.
We don't even, like, too many of my people, man, I know just don't care about information. Like, it's like, not the right information at least. You know what I'm saying, man? To know what knowledge is power, we forget that. Man.
Yeah.
That saying, if it's in the book, we ain't gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta, it's a lot that we need to change, man. And that's the start of it, man. Information, knowledge, things that have changed, man. Just read, like, I just reading, if you can, an hour a day. Like I like to look at it like this, man. You want to have a balanced meal. Your life want to be. Look how much negative you put in your body and mind.
Let me ask you a question, Teddy. So since you've been coming to our stock market class, how much has that changed your life?
Man, tremendously, brother. And that's why I was getting to a little earlier. It's like, I ain't no fool, but I'm like that. But I mean, like, I was like the music industry turned me off. I've been looking for stability, man. I'm trying to change. Like all that lifestyle, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And I had things going on. But getting with just certain situations brought us together, man. And this is, it's just like God, man, because the opportunity, you wasn't trying to hand me $1. You was hand me an opportunity to learn something, to be able to change my life. And I'm looking for it, and I want it. And it's like, man, y'all, it has changed my way of thinking. It's opened my eyes to just a lot of different things, man. Just the way if you do get some money, what you gonna do with it?
What you gonna do?
So many people we want to chase some money, but if I gave it to you, you would be broke again, man. Tomorrow.
I gave you some money right now, you going straight to the mall.
Biden just gave everybody some money
today
for a long time.
And our idea of, like, just here, I just put it in the bank. That ain't getting you nowhere. It's just waiting to be spent. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
0.001%.
Man, if nothing else, I encourage, like I used to tell you Saturday, man, I encourage, man, every brother I say, man, please, brother, because this is information, man, that can change your kids, man, change you.
Sometimes, Dwayne, I get so frustrated, man. We'll put it out there. We'll talk to folks. We do the radio program. We do our TV program, and even some of these meetings. I get so embarrassed when I go to some of these meetings sometimes because it seems like that we're not getting it in the community.
Yeah.
They're like we're ignoring it, until it come to our doorsteps.
Yeah.
I had a lady call me this morning. Because I mean, boo-hoo crying this morning. Sean, I know you do community work. I got a situation going on, and man, I just don't know what to do. And I mean, I ain't got no non-for-profit or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But I guess I'm the bridge. So I had her in contact some ladies that I know that could help her in her area of what she needed some help at, you know what I'm saying? But those type of cries just bothers me because of the fact that, man, y'all gotta be on top of your father's business, man.
Yeah.
And stop faking it like you on top of your father's business and not really making your place viable. I mean, I paid this guy out of my own personal pocket. You know, I ain't getting no funding from nobody. I pay this guy out of my own personal pocket to come in here and teach the community this right here because I know it's viable information that's needed to be shared.
And I know we about to wrap up, right? But let me give you an example, right? So I'm part of this tribal club. I'm just gonna say, I scheduled this meeting to present the product to people in this area, and we go to the conference room, to the place where we had it. So I did the presentation. 0 sign-ups. 0. I said, you know what? I know how to make this happen. 30 days later, I bring in a big wig, fly me in from Las Vegas. Fly me in. Opposite color of me. He do the same exact presentation. 100% sign up. 100% sign up. If we brought Warren Buffett in here right now and say Warren Buffett's gonna be at 313 North Matter, Suite 208, 205, standing room only. Do the same thing. Everybody wanna come. Everybody wanna.
If you have a WAP competition down here, it's gonna be the same thing.
Same way. But I don't understand our culture. I don't understand our culture. You know, why is that? Why is that?
And that's just that, you know, it's because of that. Just we don't like receiving information from each other because we always guard it because we think something's gonna be a scam. When it's nothing but somebody that look like you, that's been through what you've been through, that's trying to share you some information so you don't have to go through it and your family don't have to go through those situations any longer. Man, it's always funny how time flies when you're having fun, man.
I'm trying to tell you, yes, sir.
And, you know,
yes, sir.
and so I thank the Lord for you guys sharing this moment with us on Let the Truth Be Told. So Teddy, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, my brother. Love you,
Dwayne,
brother,
I
man.
thank you very much.
Hey, we're gonna take 30 seconds and let Teddy close it out.
Teddy, hit Teddy, you forgot, didn't you?
I forgot.
We'll get him back on here.
Okay.
We'll get you back on.
We'll get him back on.
We'll get
Y'all
you
gonna
back
tell him hit him with some Sam Cooke and we out the door.
Wait.
I was born by the river in a little old tent. There you go, and just like the river, I've been running ever since.
That's right. That's
There it
good.
is.
There it is.
Teddy Cain Jr.
Hey, thank you for another episode of Let the Truth Be Told.